Summer is a groundhog. They're also called woodchucks, sometimes called whistle pigs, and Summer is one of our ambassador animals here at the Akron Zoo. Our ambassador animals are animals that help us with our education programming and to get the zoo's messaging of conservation out there to all of our wonderful public. So we do this sometimes out in the community at places like schools and libraries, but it's also an opportunity when groups come here to the zoo to get a chance to meet some animal friends that they don't normally see when they come to the zoo. So I feel like my history with Summer actually starts before there was a Summer. When I first started working here at the Akron Zoo, and this was back in 2002, we got our very first ambassador groundhog, and his name was Digger. I had never worked with a groundhog before, and I just fell in love with that animal and loved everything about working with him. So my love for Summer actually starts with just a love for groundhogs. And what's really cool is, with those three animals, even though they're all groundhogs, they all have their own distinct personalities. So Summer has kind of this like sassiness, this sort of diva quality to her. It makes her so much fun and just makes her so much fun to share about also. So one of the reasons why I think it's so important for us to have these really personal relationships with the animals that we care for is it just helps you to know all their little quirks and all of the little behaviors. You're used to seeing them behave in a certain way in certain situations, and when that's different, then that can be our first clue that maybe something is amiss. It also allows me to be hands-on with her. Now granted, that is when food is present. It allows me to be able to check things like on her feet, her belly, and being able to have that tactile experience with her also helps when we're providing veterinary care and things like that. But definitely in general, it's just knowing that animal inside and out. It really helps you to know early on when something is maybe not right. And I think also it helps that animal, the quality of life that they have here at the zoo, when the people that are taking care of them just, want to do best by them and, truly love taking care of them, of course that's better for the animal too. I think my favorite story to tell about Summer is when we were contacted by Stark County Parks that they had this little groundhog that was not going to be releasable. Summer was orphaned in the native habitat as a baby, and they had tried to release her, but it didn't work out. So they knew that she needed to have another home, and they contacted us to see if we would be interested. So I wanted to go assess Summer, and they actually had a little male groundhog at the same time. So when I got there, both Summer and this male were in the same space together, and I just went in with a big bowl of food, and I sat down in a corner opposite from them just to kind of, give them their space and see what they would do. And they were both very curious, but the little male, he just kind of stayed and watched. And Summer got right up and marched over to me, climbed up in my lap, pulled the bowl of food down, and I was like, yes, that's the one that we'll take for sure. So in some ways, I feel like Summer also chose the Akron Zoo, not just the zoo choosing her. Because of you and your support, the zoo is able to provide friends like Summer the best life possible here at Akron Zoo.